not even speak. We could not even be in the same room. I went long periods of time without seeing my daughter. I was labeled something I'm not. And no matter what, I maintained class. I maintained dignity. I remained honest. And I continued to fight the fight that we all need to keep fighting. My ex and I now speak on civil terms. I now get to come over on this year on her birthday, which I've missed the last two. I've missed the last two holidays and all these things. Keep in mind, this court system will turn you against the other person. None of us are perfect, and none of us are cut from perfection. Everyone's going to make mistakes, and for the most part, everybody going through this process is genuinely going to do the best that they can. And all of us can understand when we say that we would do anything for our children. And for yourselves to find peace, for yourselves to be able to be happy. Find the balance. Be able to look at everything and understand what's going on. Embrace your emotions and continue forward. And you'll get there. Just keep grinding. Now this is what I wrote down. Why is not the issue. What can, what is, what has, what does, and what will is the factor. A man should not be judged by the color of ink on a page, followed by glorified creative lies, but rather the content of his character. That content cannot be seen nor heard when the time frame to do so is imbalanced and impractical. Priority of getting the job done cannot supersede getting the job done right. Amen. If children can ride a bike with no handlebars, and scientists can split the atom of a molecule, then judicial leadership can judge with diligence. Yep. If children show resilience, then we have failed as a society entirely. Resilience is nothing more than the adaptation of a natural occurrence that has become unnatural. Just as flowers need the chill of darkness and the warmth of sun, children need a mother and a father.
Yeah. Amen.
For waves will not move without the pull of moon's gravity, and plants will not grow without the warmth of the sun's light. When these two essentials cross paths, you get an eclipse. You feel the chill of night without the full light of day, nor the peacefulness of dark. If we regard children's future as a plant and continue to create an eclipse, that plant will die, and that plant is our future. With darkness, a plant can rest. With light, a plant can grow. We have to embrace both elements in order to find a balance and even the scales of justice. The humility we face by the consequences of our own actions, we must not hide or deny from reality. Transparency of both just and unjust outcomes will become our hieroglyphics. If your reality is one of suffering and you remain a citizen of moral value, then the judgment that has occurred on you will not be the judgments of you, but rather of the oak, the stain, the craftsmanship of the gavel that binded you. The concrete that bonds these walls behind us will not be cracked by the voices of the knowledgeable few. It will only be crumbled by the roar of the educated many. The accountability of those who change, the accountability of those who be the change they wish to be, and they be the change they wish to see. Some might say that Newton was speaking to us when he says, when he speaks on his third law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. But Einstein was speaking to everyone when he said to be educated is to find the path to freedom. If you yell towards deaf ears, you lose your voice. You lose your ability to communicate. So if there's one thing that you can take from me, this performance, my music, my art, it's this. Our time is now. Our moment is here. Our society as a whole depends on the example that we set. The statements we make and the change that we seek. Educate the people around you. That will change the law. Remember, find happiness. Your character and credibility will not be measured by preponderance. Your presence will be remembered by your example. Let's get it done. Hello, everybody.